Hi, I'm Allegra Houston. Thank you for joining me rather than us for the Imaginative Storm Writing Prompt of the Week. My creative collaborator, James Nave, is still in Manila and gets up in the middle of the night to do the live Zoom and then goes back to bed, quite rightly. So I'm here making this video for you. So every Saturday and Thursday now, we meet with a group of writers online, many of whom introduce themselves by saying, I'm not a writer, but they soon give that idea up because we are all writers. If we write, we are writers. So we meet online, and you are absolutely invited to join us. More about that later. And Nave and I offer a prompt. Everyone writes a list of words inspired by that prompt. We share some words. We write for 10 minutes. We share our writing, and that's what we do. And the wonderful part of this kind of writing, we write for 10 minutes. It's throwaway. How can you possibly write anything good in 10 minutes? Well, as you'll find when you do this work, you actually write incredibly well in 10 minutes because you're taking a lot of the pressure off yourself to write well. And aside from the material you actually generate when you do this imaginative storm work, it makes all of your writing more connected, more imaginative, more free and easy. And you no longer have this kind of, ooh, I've got to write something approach. It's like, oh, I wonder what I'm going to write. Even if you're writing something for publication, which I do twice a week for Substack, often I know where I'm going to start, but I don't really know where it's going to go. In the past, that would have scared me. In the present, I find that interesting and intriguing and exciting. So here we go for today. I will put the image up on the screen for 2 minutes and time you while you write your own list of words, whatever pops into your head as you look at this image. Anything at all, doesn't have to have anything to do with the image, but just a list of words, not joined up writing yet. After everyone generates their own list of words, we go around the Zoom room and ask everyone to contribute a word from their personal list and create a community list. And that way we all have a shared, a collective imagination, a collective unconscious, if you like, to draw on. We don't just have to draw on our own. So here are the words from today's Saturday, the first time we offered this particular prompt, and you can use these words in any way you wish when it comes to the time to write. Here they are. I'll grow up to be a politician. It's a pigeon. Imprisoned. Gypsy emotional upbringing. Baby got bounce. Apartment playground. Hail, citizens. I told you I didn't want kids. Room with a view. Warrior training. Could be fun. It's a doghouse, isn't it? Lefty. Don't rattle me. Daycare. I'll never do that again. Baby bunting. Caged like a puppy. Air conditioner. My first portaledge. Window box. Insecure attachment. Cage suspended over sky. From up here. Is this the wrong address? This is going to be a bumpy ride. Cold comfort. Higher ground. Sorry, mommy. So when I do the next thing, which is set a timer for you for 10 minutes, you can write whatever you want, prose or poetry, fast or slow, coherent or incoherent, long or short. The idea is simply to let your imagination take the lead, and that way you'll surprise yourself. When your rational mind is trying to write what it knows, you don't surprise yourself, and often you get very tangled and frustrated. But when your goal is not to write well, but just to surprise yourself, your imagination can be free. It can roam around, it can play, it can go in all kinds of directions that right now you don't expect. And that's where the original, unusual stuff comes from. So let your imagination take the lead, and I'll start the timer for 10 minutes now. After we all write, we all read. We split up into Zoom rooms and read to an appreciative audience. You may not have an appreciative audience there. You may be all on your own, but you know what? You are your own most important audience. So even if you are all alone in a room, read what you wrote aloud to yourself. You'll find that you develop a different relationship with your writing as you make this a practice. You will become more appreciative of what you like in your writing, less critical of what you don't like in your writing. So in effect, you will be retraining your inner critic into being your inner coach. And you will feel your voice making patterns in the air. It's physically changing the universe as you speak aloud. And, isn't it nice to think that our writing actually does have some effect on the world, however tiny? So put me on pause while you read what you wrote aloud. Next thing to do is credit the photograph. It's an archival photograph. I have no idea where it came from. I found it online. These baby cages were invented in the early part of the 20th century in response to an earlier book called I think it was called The Care and Feeding of Children. And it was thought that it was very important for babies to have fresh air. And, I don't disagree with that. And people who lived in apartments were encouraged to buy these baby cages so they could put their baby out the window and get it some fresh air. And one of the things I read said that Eleanor Roosevelt actually did this. She got a baby cage and put her baby in it outside the window and then got reported by her neighbors for child abuse. So it's an interesting image, isn't it? It's both positive and negative. It has this ambiguity to it, and that's always what we look for when we can in the images that we offer as prompts. So you might like to join us live one Thursday. Our Saturday is pretty booked up, so come on a Thursday. It's at 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern Time. We're together for an hour. And you will find that link in the footer of our website at imaginativestorm.com. You will also receive it if you sign up for our Substack newsletter. There will be a Substack newsletter in your inbox on Thursday morning, and that also will contain the Zoom link for the Thursday meeting. You might like to also join us in person at the end of April 2024. It's February as I make this video. We'll be doing an in-person 4-day writing transformation in Taos, New Mexico, where I am sitting right now. And we call it a writing transformation because it really does transform not just your writing, but your relationship with your writing when you work in the Imaginative Storm method. And we will be working from some of the prompts that we have in our book and self-paced online course, Write What You Don't Know, but it's very different when you do it in person with a group and take time out of your life to really give yourself that gift of committing even 4 days to your writing. So we hope that you will join us either online or in person. And thank you for coming today. Goodbye.